Hello, my name is Graham Atwell. I work for a Wales-based small and medium enterprise called Pontydysgu. Now, we're part of a large-scale European research project funded by the European Commission and called Learning Layers. Learning Layers is looking at e-learning in small and medium enterprises. Now, small and medium enterprises are seen as the most important area for the growth of jobs, employment, value added in Europe. And of course, we know that learning is important to creativity and to innovation. The problem we also know is that most SMEs don't actually use e-learning. In fact, our research shows that there's very little continuing learning happening in many small and medium enterprises. So we've got a problem. We've got this massive potential of technology to boost the learning. We've got this important growth area in our economy, but we have very little take-up of technology for learning, and certainly the big hopes that were held in the past about it haven't really happened. Now, why is this? Well, we think we know some of the reasons. First of all, many SME managers just don't know about the potential of technology for learning. Secondly, a lot of small and medium enterprises still don't have the capacity to use technology for learning. And in capacity, we can talk about infrastructure, we can talk about staff training and competence and confidence, and I suppose we can talk about cultures as well. And lastly, we think that the pedagogic approaches to e-learning in companies are often unsuited to the way in which people learn in small and medium enterprises. What do I mean by that? Well, we've tended to assume that we can take the traditional workshop or seminar for professional development and just digitalise that, but it doesn't work. Actually, in small and medium enterprises, much of the learning is informal, and much of it takes place in the absence of formally appointed trainers. So with the Learning Layers project, we're exactly trying to research the background to this, but we're attempting to build and share tools which will allow people to capture that informal learning that's going on. And very lastly, we're trying not just to do this as a small-scale experiment and walk away at the end of the project funding, but we're committed to scaling this to thousands of companies. Now, we're proposing for Online Educa to have a discussion panel. The panel will be made up of 4 people, each from different domain areas. What do I mean there? Well, one is a manager of an SME, of quite a large SME in North Germany in a construction company. A second one is a technology developer. Another person is a researcher leading the research project. And the 4th person is someone who's working with industrial clusters, which we think can be, clusters and networks can be the key scaling mechanism. Now, I say we think, and we want to use this discussion panel to share what we've learnt with participants in the session in Online Educa, but not just in a one way. We want to learn from the participants. I will be chairing the panel, and I'll be seeking to be a link, I suppose, between the participants and the panel, involving as much as we can have a two-way dialogue. We want to involve the participants not just at that session, but we would like to hope that this could be the beginning of a wider dialogue, a wider and continuing dialogue, both with the participants in our session, but hopefully with wider layers of people who come to Online Educa. So we're planning this as initiating that discussion rather than the end of that discussion. And certainly we're willing and hope to be able to share the tools we'll be developing, all of which are open source, our design library as well, with the participants. We'll be recording the session, we'll be available during the whole conference for further discussions, and we'll be hoping to continue that discussion online as an active dialogue. So, whoever's evaluating this proposal, I hope you get the ideas, I hope you accept the proposal, and I hope to look forward to talking to you in December.